All right, we are live. No one here yet. All right. Let me see if I can find the live stream on the laptop. Yeah, there we go. USA is still sleeping. So yeah, that's good. The live chat, open panel. All right, just don't want to miss. Are we ready? Yeah, welcome. First person. Yeah, I think that's me. The first person who's in. Yeah, love it. Love it. I think everyone is sleeping still. Yeah. Let's see. Let's wait a little bit. And let's see if some people will join. Yeah, welcome, welcome. First people. Yeah, first person is here. First two people are here. Awesome. Nice to have you here. Great. Yeah, welcome, welcome. I'm answering you guys' questions today. So yeah, if you have any questions, just drop it in the chat. I'm here live right now. And yeah, looking forward to having some great discussion. The thing is, yeah, can someone drop just experimentally something in the chat so I see that it works? Yeah. All right. Yeah, so I will just treat it a little bit as, yeah, I'm warming up right now for my day and for the teaching day ahead. What do I usually do? I start with a little bit of a breath builder in the beginning. That looks something like that. Just to oxygenize the system and yeah, get the air flowing for the first time in the day. So that's what I usually do. Then I go to the clarinet and I just let the air stream in the same way as I just experienced it with the breath builder, basically. Just very relaxed to start the day. And yeah, to get just a little bit of air flowing into the instrument, not like scales, not like yeah, crazy technique exercises, but just that's what I usually do in the beginning of the day. Breath builder. And then same air, yeah. just relaxed. And yeah, I can recommend you to start the day in the same way. Yeah, can stop. I will just try the chat myself. The thing is, I don't know how, because I'm logged into my channel. Open panel, just it doesn't open. Alle Chat-Nachrichten. Top Chat. All right. Yeah, can someone put like a W in the chat so I see that it's working? Yeah, welcome. If you have any questions to me, just drop them in the chat. I'm here for you right now. I'm not doing this very often, so yeah, go for it. I hope the chat is working. Let's see. Top chat. Live chat. Yeah, live chat. All right. Live chat. Yeah, please, someone hit like a W in the chat or anything. so that I see it's working. Yeah, welcome. Glad for you. Yeah, glad to see you guys. Yeah, I'm also glad that you're interested in clarinet technique. And yeah. Hello, Jawad or Ahmed. Yeah, or both. Nice to see you. Yeah, thanks for joining the live stream. Yeah, do you have any questions about clarinet technique? Yeah, I'm not here often, so let's go for it. It's like a little experimental day today, trying this live stream feature out, and then let's see how this will go and if it's worth repeating in the future, or if it's maybe like more of the usual YouTube video approach that might be worth continuing. Yeah, all right, so the chat is working. If you have any questions about clarinet technique, let's go. I'm here and I'm looking forward to discussing yeah, clarinet technique, the clarinet world, everything that's here to discover for us. And yeah, that's it. All right. So maybe I will just start to speak about something, okay? So what I will do now is I will speak about phrasing on the clarinet. So phrasing is a very broad term, and many people don't know really what phrasing really means. So in order to be able to phrase in our music, in our Mozart concertos, in our Weber concertos, and all of that stuff, we first of all have to know what phrasing is. We have to be able to define phrasing. From Syria, nice, that's awesome. Yeah, glad to have you in this live stream. So first of all, we need to be able to define what phrasing is. So phrasing, in my opinion, is to show the direction in music. So music always either comes from somewhere or goes somewhere. Music is never stagnant. So it always has some sort of place where it goes or where it comes from. Okay, so that's first for the number one thing we have to know. So phrasing is we go somewhere or we come from somewhere. Then, in order to be able to phrase to go somewhere or come from somewhere, we actually have to establish a point in the music where we want to go towards, where we want to head to, or that we want to back away from. If we have not established this point, it's pretty hard to know where we're going. Because if we don't know where we're going, then it's hard to go towards it, all right? So let's take now first the Mozart Concerto second movement as an example for this. Okay, so it goes like this. So in order to know where we want to go and where we back out from, we have to now establish the high points of the phrase, of the basically patterns. So the first pattern is following. So here's very clear. We go towards the second bar. So ya da ram pa da ra. So the first note of the second bar is our goal note that we want to reach. Now, how can we reach it? Or how can we now create the perception that we are going towards it? Because I can play it, for example, like this. And now I didn't go towards it. So now we have to think very clearly. What are the two tools that we have? What are the two tools that we have to go towards the first note of the second bar? So the two tools that we have is, first of all, speed, and second of all, it's dynamics. Okay, so speed and dynamics are our only two tools to show direction in music. Okay, so what does dynamic mean? Let's start with the first one. Dynamic means a crescendo towards the high point of the phrase. Yeah, so we have a direction via crescendo towards the high point of the phrase. This is our first tool. Second phrase, same thing. And then to go away from the high point of the phrase, which is always the first note of the second bar in this Mozart example, to go away, we do the exact opposite. We use a decrescendo to show phrasing away from it. Yeah. So we use the vector of dynamics to create a phrase towards something. Now we have a second vector or a second tool that we can use to create direction in music. And yeah, you might have, because I said it before already, so you might have guessed it, this vector is speed. Yeah. So we can also create direction in music by accelerating towards the high point of the phrase, which here is the first note of the second bar. So, and then at the same pace, at the same importance as well, backing out again, slight rallentando away from the high point of the phrase. Oh. And if we then combine these two tools, which is dynamics and speed, this will result in the perceived direction from the audience, that they perceive that your music has a direction towards something. If you use dynamics and speed as tools, yeah. So, and if you use them together, it sounds like this. So we always use these two tools to, basically show direction. And now, this will not work if we don't know where are the points we want to phrase towards. So here in the first 8 bars of this Mozart Adagio, that is one of the most famous pieces for clarinetists, I think we can agree on that. It would be like this. So, towards the second bar. Okay, then the next phrase, exact same thing. And then it's actually interesting because we can treat it as one giant phrase. So we have a bigger phrase coming. So and this bigger phrase can be divided also into micro phrases within. So it's yeah, so always towards the second part of the bar. Yeah? And then towards the dissonance, and then and then relaxing away from it. So direction in music, phrasing, is always a game between going towards something with the tools of speed and dynamics, and going away from something with the tools of speed and dynamics. Now, what is quite interesting is that this cannot happen random. So this has to happen calculated. And now how can we calculate it? Because we have different long notes. So if you it's difficult to know exactly how to do the accelerando and how to do the diminuendo, how to do the crescendo. So then, hello, nice to have you on here. How to do the crescendo? Just to have, basically a regular phrasing, a regular direction. So the way to do that is actually to subdivide the phrase into into the smallest rhythmical entity of the solo. Yeah? And this here in the Mozart Concerto Adagio is the 8th note. So first we can just go very simple and subdivide all of the notes into 8 notes. Yeah, so it's all 8 notes in this phrase. So this is, by the way, also what should go on in our head at all times. So like this, we always have this subconscious pulse that never ends. But now we need to do the phrasing, the accelerando and the crescendo and the diminuendo and the rallentando. We have to do it within the 8 notes that we just created, so that it happens organically and not randomly. Yeah, and like this, we can be absolutely sure that our direction in music, our phrasing was tasteful, because it wasn't random, it wasn't suddenly faster or suddenly louder. It was very even out throughout the entire phrase. Yeah, always using these 2 tools, speed and dynamics, to phrase in music. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. Let's switch now to a little Q&A. See, we have 10 people inside the chat, which is awesome, inside the stream. I mean, USA is still asleep probably, but yeah, let's see. Yeah, I'm here now for your questions. Sorry, because I was doing this whole content thing before and I wasn't able to respond to the chats. Yeah, I also don't know how. Here it is. You're actually one of the YouTubers that helped me get started with clarinet. Yeah, that's awesome. Wow, 4:11 a.m. in the in the night and watching Fabian Hügli live stream. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, and glad that you were able to pick up the clarinet again with motivation. I love that. Yeah, any questions about clarinet technique? I will try to do my very best to answer it as well as possible. It doesn't have to be also about clarinet technique. It can be about anything. All right. So Seth asks, can you help me get a better sound on high notes? Good. So the reason why the high notes are probably a little bit squeaky or a little bit tense is because we play them with too fast air. So the high notes need much more warm air instead of this fast blown air or this fast jet stream of air that we need for the low register. Okay, so just a quick summary. The low register on the clarinet needs a very dense, thin stream of air to sound good. Now, what is very important, we have to even out the air stream when we go up on the clarinet. So we have to go more and more into slower, warmer air from here, less than bundled from here. And the way we do that is with vowels that we form with our tongue actually inside of our mouth. So when we are in the low register, we are bundling first of all at the lips, and second of all bundling with the tongue by saying the vowel E. Yeah, so if you put the vowel E with the tongue, E, and you blow air through it, the air is very fast, very jet stream. And if you now basically make a vowel, like for example, oo, oo, the air is much warmer. Yeah? So in the low register, in the high register, we need to find a way to get this kind of air, more warm air. And we do that with the tongue, with the vowels. So the way to basically, remember this is low register vowel E, middle register vowel Ü, Ü, yeah. It's like a German kind of vowel, but Ü gives this nice medium speed of air for the middle register here. And then for the altissimo, U. With U. Great. Yeah. I hope you liked that answer and that it was helpful. Next question. I'm ready. Yeah, hanging out here with some coffee and you guys today. What a great morning. All right, let's go. I'm waiting. Chats with questions. Yeah, I love coffee too. I drink way too much coffee, by the way. So that's something that isn't probably too good for my sleep quality. But yeah, in general, I think I drink too much coffee. I think I never woke up for the past, like, I don't know, maybe 10 years without drinking coffee the first thing in the morning. So yeah, that's like my number one morning ritual. Yeah, questions about clarinet or about anything else in the chat. And I will see it here. Yeah, we have MJ here as well. That's awesome. Yeah, so MJ was like part of this channel. I remember him like since the first video probably. It's always in the comment section. I love that. Yeah, glad you're still here. That's amazing. Or MJ. I don't know if MJ is the name actually. So I mean it's the username, so. All right. So is everyone here in the live stream from the USA? Or which countries are you from? Because I think we have two already from the US. Yeah, Seth is from the US. Yeah. What pieces are you playing at the moment? What clarinet pieces? Imperium. What kind of piece is Imperium? Is it like a song kind of thing, or yeah, song. Fair enough. Yeah, that's awesome. What I can recommend is usually to take something that is I don't know. I always felt that with songs, or I don't know, simply like let's say for example we take hot cross buns as an example, yeah, like I don't know why, but with hot with stuff like this, with easy songs, I feel I'm not able to play the clarinet well. I don't know the reason for that, but I don't know, that might be just me. But I feel like my sound when I play songs is much worse than if I play pieces, for example, from great composers like Mozart, Weber, Schumann, Brahms, where you can then get where you can create the music with it. So yeah, we have a question. Let me check that. I have a bit of a problem with the reeds, as often they don't seem to cooperate and can go through several before I get one that provides a better sound and distorted. All right. Yeah. That's normal. So we have Bridget, and she has a problem with reeds. And yeah, so basically she needs to go through many reeds to find to find a good one. And I think we all have the same problem. So we all have this problem, to be honest, and it's completely normal. So I usually play on maybe on average on 2 to 3 reeds per pack, and I don't play on the other reeds. So I am very picky with reeds usually, and I think everyone should be quite picky with reeds. So if they don't work and they are completely against you, and I would also not suggest to, I don't know, to force them to work. Just throw them in the trash and open some new reeds, because life is too short to play on bad reeds. But yeah, I would suggest to remain being picky with reeds, because not all reeds sound beautiful, and actually just 1 reed or 2 reeds per pack of 10 sound really beautiful and have really great characteristics to them. And therefore, I would also just play on those 2 or those 3 reeds. Because if we play on bad reeds, and let's say the reed gives us a airy, fuzzy, distorted sound or something, and it's like, I don't know, something that is just not nice, our ear will get used to that sound, and it will treat this sound from the bad reed that you use during your practice as a baseline. And then you will get used to having not your best possible sound that you could actually have. Now, if you just play on the best reeds that you have, you will get used to a much higher baseline, and your ear will become much more picky and will not allow airiness or fuzziness or bad articulation anymore. So I think playing on good reeds is one of the schooling processes we have to actually do for our brain to realize what is a good sound. Like, I don't really agree practice on bad reeds and then perform on good reeds, because you practice 95% of your time, and if 95% of your time you get used to a not so good sound, you will also accept that on stage. So I would suggest to only practice on good reeds, to just invest the extra money and only practice on good reeds. Just for the purpose, for your brain not to get used to the sound of bad reeds. All right, I will check. All right, so my clarinet brand, what is the manufacturer of my clarinet brand? So this is a Wurlitzer Reformböhm clarinet. It has a German bore and French fingers. So yeah, so it's not French from the inside, but it's French from the outside, basically. So this is like the system they play in Holland. It's like the Dutch. It was the Dutch system. Now they also play on French system clarinets, mostly. Yeah, and basically that's it. It's also a very old clarinet. It's from Wurlitzer, so it's a Wurlitzer Reformböhm. It's a very old clarinet. It's from 1983, and it belonged actually to the most famous clarinet professor and clarinetist in Switzerland at the time being. So it was during the time of Karl Leister as well, same period, but he was the most famous one in Switzerland, and Karl Leister was at the time the most famous one in Germany. And when he died, when he passed away around 10 to 15 years ago, I was lucky enough to get the clarinets from his wife, who was selling them. And I think she just wanted the clarinets out of the house or something. I don't know. I got a really good deal on them. But actually, yeah, they're worth much more than that, than what I paid. Because like usually nowadays, Wurlitzer Reformböhms, yeah, they go for 12,000 euros a piece if you get a new one from this company. Yeah, all right. Let's go. Answer the beginner stage. Lower and maybe I'll just take it like this. I'm not leaning down so far. Right. What does bore oil do? What does bore oil do? So bore oil is, I think, something rather for newer clarinets that is important, and also not for all clarinets. I would say, like, most people should not use bore oil, in my opinion. If you have a new clarinet that has very open pores from the wood, yeah, like for example some clarinets like Schwenk und Segelke clarinets, and it's a feature of them that the inside of the bore is not closed off, not polished, yeah, so it stays as natural wood. But what that does is that the pores of the wood remain open and moisture can easily enter. So what bore oil basically then does is to seal the wood, the granadilla wood of the clarinet inside of the bore, to then avoid cracks, basically. But it doesn't do anything for the sound, doesn't do anything for the playing, doesn't do anything for anything. Just it should avoid cracks, ideally, if used correctly. If used incorrectly, it will just enter your tone holes, and it will create intonation problems because there will be oil stuck in your tone holes and stuff like this. So that's not very beautiful. So be very careful with bore oil. Use it very sparingly and very seldomly, maybe once every 2-3 months, and not like once every week or something. No, you don't need bore oil. If your clarinet is anything more than 1 year old, I don't think you need bore oil. And if you do a service like every 2 years or every 1 year, the mechanic of your local mechanic will already do the oiling to your wood of the instrument, so you don't have to really worry about it. So just worry about practicing. I think that's the biggest lever we have. Yeah. All right, more questions about clarinet technique. clarinet technique question. Someone struggling with something specifically. Yeah, Joe, and nice to have you here. About practicing hard rhythmic figures. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm all ears for the question. So yeah, Joan asked, will ask a question about hard rhythmic figures for the fingers. So yeah, it will be fun. That will be fun. Technical figure, how do you go about to get it right, especially with 16th notes? Okay, so Joan asks if I would have a technical passage, yeah, something difficult in a piece. How would I go about and practice that? So it's, yeah, actually very simple, and I think most clarinetists do that. So to practice in rhythmical variations, so in punctuated rhythms. For example, if you would have the Mozart concerto or something like that, yeah, then you would go ahead and first do like long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Something that is supposed to be played rather fast in final. Yeah, I know that is rather fast in final speed. Like, yeah, this is the final speed of the Mozart. So how I would do it? So these punctuations, so long, short, long, short, long. And then the other way around. Short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. Yeah. And like this, we practice basically half of the passage. We practice it fast. And our brain still remains the ability to think because of the long note. So we do first half of the passage fast and then the other half of the passage fast by turning around the punctuations. So da 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 ba ba da 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 da. Always one connection is fast. Now the other way around. Yada da da di da ra da 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 yada di da ra da di da 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 di da da da. And those are already the two most important punctuations. Now you can add more. Obviously, you can do too long, too short. And then too short, too long. And then you can do one long, three short. You can do three short, one long. Yeah, and then you have all those variations that you can do. Do you practice at lower overall speed as well? Yeah, that's also a technique you can use. Yeah, so Joanne asked as well if you can practice at lower speeds and then gradually build it up. So obviously that's also one thing to do, to not practice in the final speed from the very beginning, but let's say you can manage tempo 80 in the beginning. That's good. And then you can gradually increase the metronome up and up and up. What I would do in the slow practice, because you have this extra brain space and extra time, I would pay very, very close attention to what the fingers do. All attention at what the finger actually does. Like you can even close your eyes. And imagine what it would look like if your fingers, like what it looks like if your fingers touch the right tone hole at the right time. And what this does, it's all about patterns. So this is a finger pattern that has to, it's like an image. It's like an image, like a finger pattern that has to just be run through. And I can recall the finger, can recall the finger pattern at any time. And this pattern, this image is what we have to learn. And to do as many variations, as many different possibilities is, I think, the way to go. So what you can also do, and this is actually from the Szymon Parulski masterclass we had going on at clarinetmasterclass.com, this is to really do also a version with pressing hard on the keys. To do one time also a version where you're very distinct with the fingers, to not always be so gentle with the tone holes, because our brain sometimes can remember stuff better if da 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 da, if you do like one version, for example, like this, and then versions punctuated so that our brain is constantly firing and constantly learning. Yeah. Yeah. Now Joanne asks if we should go for muscle memory for then in concert, so that we don't need to think about what our fingers do. And I would say yes to a certain degree, and no to a certain degree. So yes, to a certain degree, the fingers should go automatic. No, you should not stop thinking what you actually do. Because once we get into this autopilot mode, yeah, you could actually play everything correct, but your mind is like, what's for dinner later? Or why is the lady with the glasses in the first row staring to her husband or something? So our mind can wander during performance, and this is the danger of, if you practiced so much that you are able to go on autopilot, to still not go on autopilot once the performance is there, and still be very know where you are and know exactly which notes come next, and not leave it on autopilot, but the fingers should be able to do it on autopilot without thinking about it. But then in the concert, still think about what you actually do. Or the image that you're doing right now, just staying with the performance. But yeah, muscle memory is definitely a thing that should happen. Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you for coming to the stream. Yeah, that is definitely one thing. Another thing you can do for the fingers is to one time do it super slow, and always do the opposite of what the finger is going to do first before you do the action. So So you press first and then release. And if the fingers go down, you see, always I lift, first press, then I lift. Then if I need to put notes down, da, 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 and then I press the fingers before I lift them. And this pressing and releasing, or lifting and relaxing the finger onto the tone hole, can dramatically change the way your fingers act with the clarinet, because what this does is it basically makes the action of putting the finger down, it makes it a relaxation, because the action was the lifting, and then the putting the finger down is the actual relaxation. If I would just put the finger down, yeah, to just down, 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 sounds very robotic in a way. And always if I lift gently on the end, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, the action happens on the end and can't really be heard by the listener, and then the actual action is then a relaxation of this thing. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, the tone transition with this is also smoother, because it's your whole body notices it as a relaxation. If you don't do the lifting, your whole body is doing the action of putting the finger down. If your whole body is doing the action during the lifting of the finger, then the actual placement and the change is a completely different color and much smoother in the end effect. Yeah, love it. Next question. Next question about clarinet technique. Yeah, it's a very interesting concept. Yeah. No, a lot of cool stuff to discover. Clear staccato when playing fast and not to sound airy or messy. Okay, so this question is from Ye Jin. I don't know if I say the name correctly. So, how to get clear articulation in fast passages without sounding fuzzy or messy? Yeah. Are we still live? Are we still live? We aren't. We aren't. Mm-hmm. All right. So we are live. Ah, sorry. Something with the internet connection. Something with the internet connection. Okay. I was at. Okay, glad you're still here. So. Sorry for that. How to get clear staccato during fast passages. So first of all, I'd like you to get rid of the concept of just starting notes. So a note is always a beginning and an end at the same time. So yeah, and the tongue yeah, and the tongue is just starting and stopping the notes clearly. So da, 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 da. And the fuzziness comes from being too gentle with the reed, to being unclear with what the reed does, because the fuzziness happens when you are still close with the tongue to the reed and it's sort of doing weird stuff. So you should either have sound or no sound. Yeah. So this is the concept of getting rid of fuzzy articulation. Is you have sound, no sound. Sound, no sound. And the cool thing is, if you stop a note with the tongue, a tone ending with the, even if you're super harsh with the tongue, let's say you are like this with the tongue, like really extreme, aggressive with the reed, it will not sound harsh. Why? Because all you did was you took sound away. It actually sounds lyrical and just clear. Yeah. Now, what sounds harsh is to start the note harshly with the tongue. But if you if you're a little bit gentle with going away from the reed, but super harsh with cutting, you will get the clarity from the clear cut of the sound, and you will also get the basically gentle tone beginning. So you get best of both worlds. So I'm not a flute player, by the way. Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So that's the way how to get clear articulation on the clarinet, in my opinion. Yeah. One more question, and then we reached 1 hour, and then I will head to some clarinet lessons that I will give. Actually, I'm doing these 10-week transformations. So I don't really give lessons, but I do like these 10-week bursts with people where we basically go from having technical problems to not having any technical problems in 10 weeks. So that's like my one product to work together with me, is like one-on-one is the 10-week transformation. And it's that's what I do, and that's what I'm gonna do right after the live stream with some people. Hey Daniel, yeah, nice to see you. Yeah, love having you on here on the stream. Yeah, love it. Good. One more question, and then we will cut it for today. Yeah. Is that something you guys like to do more often? Because it was a bit weird in the beginning when I started the live stream, and then there was no one inside. So I think you just need to let it run for a while before people trickle in. But yeah, like this, it's obviously more fun. Some people are inside. If in the beginning I was speaking to myself for like 3 minutes or 4 minutes. So yeah. So yeah, the way we will probably do these live streams in the future is that in the beginning, probably the first 10 to 15 minutes, I will record, basically do a piece of content. I will speak about a certain topic, something new, and then we will go to Q&A together for the rest of the stream, and we will solve your problems like that. But I always think it's quite interesting to basically go from a new information to then Q&A. Yeah. All right. Yeah, hello. Sunday Blues is here as well. So sorry for the technical difficulties today that we had during these 2 minutes where I was gone. But yeah, all right, I will close the stream somehow, and I will see you all hopefully in the next one again. And yeah, see you soon. Bye, everyone.